Hello, everybody, and welcome to Survivor with Jamie, Jack, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
I am Jamie.
I found it. I found it. That was Bruce on the pole.
Oh, Bruce. That's Jack.
They must have a ladder to get some up there, right?
I wondered that too, because what if you couldn't, like Alex, somebody like Alex, my son, could climb up there.
Alex would win it, but
yes.
But I'm saying you have to do it all at the same time because it wouldn't be fair for somebody to go up there and then take it.
I wonder if they're like, here's a step stool. You're on your own.
Because I don't think a lot of people could climb up that. So they must have ladders where people climb up the ladders. They get on there. Okay, now release the ladder. I wish they'd show it because I was curious the whole time.
I know that is kind of fascinating, right?
Because that's the only way to keep it fair.
Yeah.
Because just climbing up the damn thing would wear you out. But
yeah. I feel like I would do what Dee did, which was get real high up there and because I think the two ladies that made it that far, you could see they were using their legs and their core more than their arms.
Right.
And that feels like that's the way to do it. Like they were hugging it tight. Like I don't know, like your arms get tired immediately. So
they also weren't using their toes on those grooves. Because I don't think that
Scherzinger's toes, baby.
The way they were doing it, I was like, yeah, she had the human colossal toes. But I said the way she was, because neither one was moving for the longest time.
Yeah, they did great.
Yeah, I always think it helps the women over the men. They always benefit from this challenge.
Yeah,
I like the way that Dee was. It's like she wasn't holding the pole; she was holding her hands.
Yes,
and I'm like, that's it right there. That's the key. Because everyone who was like holding the pole was sliding. So as long as you could lock your arms around, plus they're really small. If you see her standing next to Jeff, she is not very tall at all. So her limbs were just the right length to lock in on her hands. And then if you saw her bottom was like lower than her knees.
Right.
Yeah, she had the physics down.
So she was kind of using her butt basically, kind of pushing it, leaning back,
Yeah,
anyway.
no, it was awesome. But I will say that aside, honestly, after last week's episode, it was so straightforward. Like they weren't even trying to hide who went home tonight. Like there was no suspense, there was no anything. It was kind of anticlimactic, and I'll admit, I was pretty kind of like meh. All right, ho hum.
Well, I don't know why Caleb wanted to tell Katora that Bruce you didn't need to be transparent at this point.
Yeah,
because you just broke. And why they didn't talk to her together? Why talk to her separately? I mean, none of it made sense.
No, that's what Jake said, right? Like we have to avoid telling her.
Yeah.
Because he knew how it was going to play out. And can we talk about Jake? Because if someone had told me before this season started that my favorite thing about this season of Survivor is watching Jake's body language during his confessionals.
I love Jake. Love Jake.
He is always posed in the most hilarious manner. Like, I don't know. He cracks me up. I really like him.
Honestly, I thought Jake was going to be like the douche of the season, and I love him. He's so precious. Like, protect him at all costs. I like him. I don't think he should win, but I love him. He's really
someone needs to sew Kendra's mouth shut and just.
Oh Lord!
Did you see when they showed the this individual immunity? She's like this going. With her boobs. I'm like,
I did.
I go, God, you're just working too hard. I sent the video. Was it last week? I sent the video of someone saying about Kendra trying to be, get it, all that camera time. Like she's a good person, but it's now it's getting obvious. It's just like, okay, I got it. I get what you're trying to do.
She comes across as a bit of a cartoon character.
Yes.
Yes, she does. She truly does. But it's not even like a good cartoon character. She comes across as like the coyote.
Yeah. Yeah, the Roadrunner's just, and she's just.
Oh, she's a hoot. I don't know, how this is gonna fare for her going forward, but she's got a lot. There's a lot to Kendra going all the time.
Yes. Mr. Got Tequila has joined us in the chat.
All right, I'm
Hello.
out. I'm out.
Yeah.
He's out.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Felt like this week's episode was kind of boring compared to last week's. And
Yeah,
just overall,
absolutely.
the whole first 40 minutes was dedicated to why everybody hates Bruce. And
Yeah,
at some point,
I got it. I get it. Nobody likes him. I get it.
Again, at some point, because as soon as they split the tribes, and I saw that Katora and Bruce were not on the same tribe, I was like, well, Bruce isn't going home. They wouldn't set up this whole thing about Katora not liking him and like starting the whole domino effect of people being annoyed with Bruce. If she was not in the, well, as Gordon Holmes said on Twitter, if she was not in the tribal council where it happened. Like Bruce went home.
Yeah.
There was just no chance.
The only thing I think they were doing is they were trying to get us some kind of off Sifu, and it was going to be Bruce. And I didn't believe it for a second. I'm like going,
no, it was so heavy-handed. It's just like so much. Sorry.
Yeah, anyway, I can't disagree with any of it. The episode overall wasn't like it was a bad episode of Survivor. It was just,
we've had a lot of stellar good episodes this season. And again, the 40 minutes was dedicated to why Bruce is annoying. And as Jack said, like, yes, we get it. We see it.
We're all quite annoyed too. Thank you.
We figured that out after the second episode. So
I like Bruce too. So what are they getting at? Like, what are we getting at here? Does he say something egregious next episode that's going to get him canceled, that they want us to not like him? Like, I don't understand.
I mean, he was smart what he did with Katara. That was a smart move.
He has really good reads. Like, for as annoying as he is, like, I'm sorry, I keep alternating hot and cold down here. It's for like as annoying as they say he is, he seems to be generally spot on. He just doesn't have a very good bedside manner for going at it like people.
No, absolutely not. He really rubs people the wrong way. It did give us we did get to hear Caleb like with his sick burn, but it was said so nicely, that it was clear that Bruce had 14 hours of gameplay over everybody else.
Oh yes.
Well, that's what we've been saying though, when they keep saying, "Oh, he's a return." But did he really?
Not.
He's not.
He literally
14
hit
hours,
his head in the first
and half of it was he's knocked out for probably 7 of the hours, right?
But it's true though. It's so funny.
If he would play a more less open game, maybe, because he keeps saying I'm playing the most open, honest game. Those people never win, do they? Very rarely. You have to play. He can't keep coming across as his annoyingness is he comes across as I'm better than you.
Yes.
I'm smarter than you, and that just rubs people the wrong way.
He definitely has an air of superiority. And I think that is the biggest, even though he does annoying, silly things, I don't think that's really like the main reason why someone like Katura just, it's the I'm superior, thing that's happening. And, some people like Caleb can go, okay, well, that's just going to make you a target and I can work with you. It's fine. Kelly, she's so annoyed by having to watch out for his social mistakes, but she's keeping around because she realizes that makes you a bigger target than me. But everybody else is like, make him be away. Like, get him gone.
But you, like in Kelly's position, I mean, I can see keeping him this week, but eventually you're going to have to cut him loose because that's the type of person that brings down your game because he's too honest. He's like, what can you tell him? You can't tell him anything, right? You're just like, I go back to that whole with Debbie when the girl that should have won it. I can't remember. I'm drawing blank on the names, but she cut her loose. Aubrey, because Aubrey cut Debbie loose because Debbie was just couldn't control her mouth. It's like sometimes you got to go. Okay, I need to have better people that are in my alliance that. Because there could be something that says, "Oh, Kelly's going to do this. Kelly has this kind of advantage. Whatever it is, he's trouble."
Yeah, do you think so? Just do you think that what's his face, Caleb, was the right person to vote out for them? I mean, I could see I'm shocked that nobody put Drew forth. Was Drew in the winning team or the losing team?
Drew was
on
the other team. Yeah.
Okay. We'll get there in a second.
Yeah.
Which, as Got says in the chat, you are merged. Now let's split the tribe. WTF?
Yeah.
It was weird that we went right to a double elimination so quickly. Like, we've had obviously double eliminations where they've split the tribes up, post merge, but has it ever been this soon?
I don't know, but I like God is saying, let's play the merge. I mean, let's play this game.
Let's do it.
Yeah, but it's not the way it worked out. So
no.
And Caleb probably would have went home anyway.
Yeah, right. And that's when we got that whole narrative of like, oh, I'm literally reaching into a bag. Like, this is all about luck, like, who are you drawing to be in your group? I mean, you can be sitting in a somewhat decent position, and a position where you've got at least, 3 or 4 councils you might skip right past. Like, you'll be safe because you're in that sweet spot. And then something like this comes along. And throws you in a group where you're the odd man out. I don't know. I've never been a fan of this kind of twist in any of these games.
Yeah,
once you're merged, it's an individual game. It shouldn't be in groups.
Yeah.
Especially when you, like you're saying, I've never been a fan of it either. You're supposed to work hard on building alliances and building trust with people, and but then they mix it up and you draw for buffs and and it's like, oh, now I'm on the bottom of the tribe when I was on the top of the tribe.
And I get that that's part of playing a game, but I don't know. I guess if it was between like 70 new advantages and that, I would pick that because that's just more reliant on gameplay. So I guess maybe I shouldn't complain, but I don't know.
Jeff talks a lot about like in tribal council, Jeff talks about the like, what kind of player are you? Are you a glass half empty person when something like this comes around, like this is screwing up your game, or is it an opportunity? He likes to say that a lot, but I'm sitting here and watching, who was voted out. Who was there anybody on either group that this was an opportunity, that this improved their game?
Not that
I don't see it right now.
That's why the episode wasn't very good. It didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
To shake up the game. I mean, Caleb got 11 votes last week, not 12 because Austin couldn't vote. And I did like how Jeff answered that question. He didn't say, because someone said, I got 12 votes, and he goes, yeah, he did get all the votes. He didn't say he didn't say. So I thought that was pretty smart on Jeff's part. I know we bashed Jeff a lot, but
that was a good answer.
That was a good answer, because if he would have said 11, people would have went, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that could go either way, because sometimes Jeff doesn't read all of the votes, right?
Right.
Well, that would also be random if he just like stopped with one left. He's like, guys, we got to shave a couple of minutes off this tribal.
Once there's a clear winner in numbers, they stop. Like, he will not read the rest of them.
Yeah, but he went all the way with Caleb. Doesn't count because A, it was exciting, and B,
drama. We needed the drama.
The drama.
I'm gonna miss Caleb. I thought he was great. I feel like he was gone too soon, but that's the way the game goes. That's the way the game goes. Pivoting over to the other tribe, the other faction, I guess. Sifu. They didn't even try to make theirs seem like there was any suspense, like Julie could go home. Dee was like, it's Sifu, that's it. And then it was like, oh, maybe it's gonna be Julie, but not.
No, Julie was in Caleb.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe it's gonna be Bruce.
Bruce, but yeah, it was obvious it wasn't going to be. I mean, like I said, they spent 40 minutes telling us how bad Bruce was and how obnoxious he is, but
it was so obvious that
it's like, okay, Sifu is the guy that he has no alliance. He is a physical threat. Let's get rid of him.
I felt so bad for him because I like Sifu,
and he wanted to be on the jury so bad. I was like,
I know, don't we all?
Yeah, that was the stinker of the whole thing. Is like, not only do you
make the merge, but you don't make the jury. Like, what kind of bullshit BS is that?
Right. That's what I mean. Like, okay, so now we're gonna go to merge, but one of you is in mergatory and you don't actually get to make the merge, and we're sending you out. And then it's the next week, and he literally says, like, oh, merge looks good on you guys. Oh, sorry, one of you doesn't get to be on jury. My bad.
Yeah, and I know that that's happened before where, you're officially merged, but you don't make the jury. And every time it happens, I still think it's BS. Like,
yeah, because that's you want to make, obviously you want to win the game, but obviously only one person can win it. But you want to, if you've gone this far, you want to be, I should be on the jury. I should be on the jury. Yeah. And you were saying, it was that you, Jamie, that said it's the luck of the draw. I mean, he got on the team that didn't win.
Yep.
It's just the luck of the draw. So anyway.
Yeah.
One second. Okay. Well, we didn't even talk about they were so gosh darn lazy that they gave us a flash forward to show us it was going to be between Julie and Caleb. And that was, I hated that. I hated it so much.
I go, why are we doing this?
I know. I was like, is this a dream? Like, are they taking, because first I was like, okay, is this from Caleb getting votes last week? And then they
and once they showed Julie, I said, she never got a vote.
Yes, and I hated that. That I realize nobody that edits this show is ever gonna listen, but if you know someone who knows someone, tell them never again.
Don't do that.
And the only thing that would have made worthwhile if it came back and it was somebody else that wasn't the two they showed. But
yes.
Again, I'd rather you not show me. I mean, I know they do it sometimes when they're writing the names down, but it's they show who voted for who. But I didn't like that at all. I
did not like the flash forward. I don't need to see that because I watch Lost for flash forwards. I don't watch Survivor to know what happens 30 minutes later. Like,
right.
In it. Let's do this.
Yeah, it was an interesting choice. At first I thought it
was a terrible choice.
That it was, that they had pulled the, footage from like last Tribal. So I didn't really think much of it. I thought, oh, okay, well, that's an interesting. I haven't seen him do that before. But then Twitterverse informed me, like, no, this is really a flash forward. And it's like, wait, why? What? No.
Well, they're trying to show that this was Jake's plan, and we got it. I mean, I knew what he was trying to accomplish.
I feel like whoever was the creative director on this bit was really trying to get like that same energy we got when Jesse gave us the lowdown of his plan.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Yes. I think they're
don't
kind
show
of
us the votes.
Yes.
But again, it wasn't that complicated.
No.
He was I mean, we've seen it 100 times. Okay, yeah, okay, I got it. You don't need to keep. I just don't think there was a lot in this episode. They didn't have a reward challenge, right? They I guess it was the reward was slash.
Reward was slash immunity.
Immunity, but it's just like, okay, this just, Yeah,
not a lot of meat and potatoes to this one.
And I could see Sifu going home because of all the alliances and how that played out. But like with Caleb, I still don't know if Caleb was the right choice because he's your classic shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love all these people saying they're going to keep Bruce for a shield. And I'm like, literally the guy that got 12 votes should be the shield.
Well, right, Julie said that. Why are we talking about anything else? And I don't. And someone said no one's going to want to bring Bruce to Final 3. Why wouldn't people want to bring Bruce to Final 3?
Yes.
It didn't make. I forget who said it. I'm like going, wait a minute. I go, you're saying that you want to bring him. Was it Julie that said that? No, not Julie. Kelly. I forget who said it.
I think it was Kelly.
I go, no, it's the exact opposite. You want to bring him to final 3 because if he's that annoying, he's not going to win.
What's his play going to be like? Hey, I'm a 2-time player, and everyone's going to laugh in his face.
Yeah. I don't. That didn't make sense. The longer he stays, the better chance he has going to final 3.
I know Caleb's ability, like his social game was so good that they just were like, we have to get rid of him because I think it's really interesting when somebody goes home because their social game is really, really good. And it's not because, oh, we just need this vote, so we're going to make up a bunch of hoo-ha or, sending somebody home because they're a physical threat. Something specifically about that social game because it shows who is confident in being able to detect BS and who isn't. Because the people who get so nervous about somebody like Caleb, like they're showing their cards, like, I can't tell when he's being truthful or not. I'm not good enough at this game to know whether he's telling the truth or not, or if I should trust him or not. And you had an overwhelming response of getting him out of there. And it's just like, how is it that you send him? I don't know. Why do you send him home? Like I don't know. To me, it boggles my mind because he's not winning challenges. Like he's not a comp beast.
No.
Everybody, he's already been a target. Everybody's watching him. Now, I say all of that, and literally the same scenario has happened in Big Brother this season. So I'm totally probably barking up the wrong tree. Like somebody got unanimously voted out. A twist kept him in the game, and now he's probably going to be the one that wins it. So I guess there is that, but I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't stupid to get rid of Caleb.
I wouldn't want to go to final 3 with him.
I would not either.
No,
but there's so many chances to take him out. And maybe I'm just saying this as somebody who enjoyed seeing him on screen.
Maybe.
Well, Dee took it personal. She wanted him out because of his when he.
Yeah, she takes a lot of things personally.
Yeah, I was like going. She's she's a female Bruce. I was like, okay. At some point, you have to.
Yeah, she likes to be kind of showy.
You can't be that. You can't take it that personal. Now, if someone's gunning for you, then you have to work to get them out. But he wasn't. He was just trying to get the votes, deflect the votes off him. That's all he was doing. I don't think he was that.
No. What do you think with Katurah? Did Katurah make a good move, like switching who she's working with, or is this really dumb on her?
I don't know. I think Katurah has to think long game when it comes to getting with the Kendra D. Is it Kendra or the D Julie?
Kendra.
Yeah, like the Virgo factions or whatever they are. Like, I think she's got to make sure that she can get in with all of those women because they seem to be the last voting block that's left originally.
And she seems to not be entirely sure, about people like Jake. And so I guess if the group you're with, you're just really not that sure of, what do you have to lose? I guess.
To be fair, when they came to her and said, Bruce has an idol. Oh, and
we've known about it.
I was faking about the rings, and okay, so you lied to me. That was again.
That's true. Yeah.
I have no problem with her switching because I was like, okay, you want me to join alliance with you, but you flat out lied to me. You didn't tell me anything about this. Again, if you're not going to tell someone, you just keep it a secret until you go, okay. Just to let you know, heads up, I heard Bruce has an idol.
Yeah. And if Jake was doing that in order to be sneaky and turn her on Caleb, then I could see that. But it seemed like that was actually a mistake because he voted with Caleb in the end.
Now he's got a target on his back.
Yes.
It was just they didn't have to do that. Again, we said it earlier, to get her to vote that way. And you knew it wasn't going to be a tie because there's only a few minutes left.
Right. When you go to tribal at 9:27, when you know that the previous
should
starts at 9:29, or next.
These guys, look at your watch. Don't you know what time it is? Now,
Sherry's...
when they all come back together, though, Jake will be all right because he's already in good right with like Bruce and Kelly, and so he probably is still fairly shielded. You know, there's a little bit of a shield there, but
I think so, and I want to talk about that in a second. But Sherry says in the chat, Caleb said that his instinct was right. They shouldn't have told her about the idol. He was worried they would lose her trust. He was right.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about Jake real quick. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jack.
I thought it was Jake that said not to tell her about the idol. Caleb said, "I'm going to tell her about the idol."
Yeah,
you are right. That was why I was so confused. Why then Jake went and talked to her about it, because I was like, wait, I thought he was against it.
Yeah, but I guess they wanted to see. I guess the plan was to see where she stood. What okay, she's going to tell you certain things, and she wasn't being completely honest. But again, you needed her vote. It just didn't make sense the whole time.
I think maybe they thought they were like feeling it out without directly saying what they wanted to do. But sometimes I think, look at Emily, sometimes it's best to just directly say like, we need to get Bruce out.
Yeah.
And then see what the reaction is from there, rather than like playing all these unneeded cards.
Right.
So
Emily's name wasn't even brought up today.
I know. Good for Emily. She like outlasted the danger zone to finally fall back into let the bigger people start to take themselves out.
She's the last Lulu member.
She is the last Lulu. Interesting.
Which is
got
good
in the chat, Team Emily.
She did not hold on to that, or she did not do well in that challenge. So it's laying low.
It's like they had Vaseline on it for her. Just woof.
Seriously, it's really funny. I follow a lot of the survivors on Twitter, and when the promos came out that this was going to be the challenge, so many people who have been through this challenge like tweeted. They were like, "Here's how I did," and it was like Andrea falling down the pole and whoever else. I saw a couple of them. But yeah, no, I think that's one of those challenges that I feel like if you don't get the exact right grip from the very start, you are screwed.
Yeah. Carson tweeted that from last season, this challenge has been dominated by the males at a 60% win rate.
Really?
Which changes tonight because we had, the final two were female. But
there you go. It's split now 50-50.
I guess I was wrong. I always thought the females dominated.
I always thought it was females like skewed too.
Same.
You have less body weight generally to hold up, like body
It's
mass.
like that Rocking in the Ocean one. I'm probably wrong about that one too, where they have, it's like a little house and they're.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, where they got to stand on the house. They did that in the rainstorm, and Fishback jumped off or something, right? No, that was not. He jumped off a pole. Anyway, okay.
Fishback. It just looked like it was raining because he was crying.
Yeah, that's true. Cry me a river, cry me the ocean. Hey. Except it's not the fake Britney in that video. It's a lookalike Joe Anglem. My goal was to make Jamie spit tea out of her nose. Did I do it?
It was very close.
Very close. Okay. I know Shandy's laughing somewhere. We talked about how Caleb gave, because we talked about the end of Survivor on the broadcast this most recent week last night. And Shandy was saying that she hasn't had this big of a Survivor crush since Malcolm's first season. That
on Caleb?
Yeah, Caleb just gave her early Malcolm.
He's just a likable, good-looking guy. I mean, with a great personality.
Yeah,
that was his downfall. Again, he should have probably dialed it back sooner.
Yeah, but I can see overplaying it. You're young. You're a salesman. That's your thing. Like you want to be friendly. Like I guess I can see it, but obviously
I get it. But I don't think he had to do that. Again,
Oh yeah, totally.
If they don't go to Rocks, maybe it's a different vote. Maybe it is Bruce. I don't know.
That's one of my biggest concerns if I ever played Survivor, which I will never probably play Survivor, is I am concerned that I would be overly friendly because that's my personality. And people would be like, she's got to go. She's very annoying. She talks a lot and she wants to be friends with everybody. Like that would be the voting out confession.
So I wouldn't have to worry about that. I don't have to be friends with him.
I was gonna say, yeah. Jack would not.
I'd
be friends with people I'd have to get me further in the game.
Yeah, you'd have a couple, and then everybody else you'd go, who are you? I didn't even know you were here.
Yeah.
How do you spell your name? I'm gonna vote you out next.
Okay. I've been trying to yeah, right? Sifu got a lot of votes and that were not spelled to the right way. I think all of them.
Was it Kelly Sifu?
Yeah. I mean, I guess nobody's actually like, okay, at this point when you get to the merge, look at the flag. If their name is spelled correctly on the flag, you have no excuse.
Hold on a second before we go. I gotta write I gotta spell Sifu correctly.
Let's write some names down on my
my hand. I'm voting for.
Yeah, right.
Not Penny's vote.
No, you do it in the paint, and then you go like you just smash your big hands down. Okay, real quick because I've made it bring this up. Jake, what do you think about the move where he looks at Julie at the end and goes, "Julie, it was me. We'll talk later." Was that kind of like tell Cersei I want her to know, or was that? Oops, sorry, I just hit my mic. Or was that
I wouldn't have done it then. I would have just waited till I got. Yeah, I was me that voted for you, Caleb. I wanted to keep Caleb in the game or whatever. It was
like a PR move, like get ahead.
I think it was a PR move too. Yeah. But yeah, because otherwise she goes back, it blows up, maybe whatever. But now and she's one of the more rational ones. I feel like if he had voted for, let's say, D or Bruce or
D, it'd be all over.
It would be all over. Like she would like, I don't know, throw an ash from the fire at him. So I think that Julie is one of the more level-headed, non-reactionary survivors.
She's not gonna do anything to hurt her game.
Exactly.
So she's not gonna make a federal case out of it. She's say, we had a plan, it didn't work, and you're here. Congrats.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can work with I can work with anybody. You just have to say. Obviously, it was him. I mean, it just came down to who else was going to be. So, yeah. But
I feel like we'll get a confessional somewhere down the line where maybe Jake's a name that's popping up, and then we'll get a confessional from her where she'll say something like, well, I mean, he did write down my name. So there is that.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the most of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see, though. It'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting to see how that pans out, that particular thread with Jake's social game. Because I feel like it could actually be a good move that pays off, where he's sorry, that's where I thought the votes were going. Clearly, I'm on the bottom.
When they're doing the football stuff, why was Jake walking around with one shoe on and one shoe off?
Why not? My 5-year-old does the same thing. We went to the playground the other day before we went to your house. Alex went through the whole playground because he had the blister. One crock on, one crock off.
I get that, but you're talking about a 5-year-old.
He's young at heart.
Okay, I just was like going, okay, did he hurt his foot? Because he looked like he was kind of limping too.
He does still live with his grandma, so
yeah. He just needed.
Grandma's not up making him breakfast in the morning.
He needed someone to kiss it and make it feel better.
Yeah. He was so confused from being wicked excited that Caleb was still in the game.
Oh, Jamie, you could do better than that. You'd be like wicked excited.
Wicked excited.
He is.
Gotta go to Duncan. Gotta go to Duncan.
He cracked me up though. Like, watch his confessionals. Like, I hope we get them next week, but watch his confessionals, and like, it's great because like every cutscene on his confessional, he slightly just moves his position just a little bit. Like,
I love him.
Vogue.
I genuinely enjoy him. He was talking about with the was it Mean Girls the musical? Like the trailer just came out.
Yeah,
and he was just like on Twitter, he like retweeted. It was like, I got to figure out if I got to email blah, blah, blah to get the option to do this with my students next year. And I was just like, yes, you go, Jake Coco. But
yes.
Come on, all the Glen Coco fans out there will get that. But I didn't expect you to get it, Jack. In fact, if you had gotten that joke, I would have.
My dog as a kid was named Coco. That was my dog. But
this is how
so
Jack
now I'm gonna cry.
This is how
Coco's
Jack
a wonderful
the island.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't know the joke. I don't know you.
I don't get it. I don't know you.
Yeah, you're a cross between I've never seen his bad tweets
Yeah.
and Mariah Carey's I don't know her.
Yeah. Go to hell. Don't know
Oh,
you. Don't want to know you.
speaking of bags, we'll talk about Drew not bringing his with him to the challenge to go to.
It could have
the
been
cleanup.
totally different.
Yeah.
Again, I don't understand why nobody sees Drew as a threat. Like, he must just give SDE, small D energy, like that
Something.
nobody is even looking at him.
That one I got. He did great in the challenge though.
He did do great.
He's been pretty terrible. He's not a good challenge guy.
I mean, he's half the size of that pole, so I mean,
very true.
So tall.
He didn't need the ladder.
No, he just jumped, just a little jump. Yeah, I also really liked Austin giving us the breakdown of his idol's Pokemon evolution and how it's like a full-grown idol now. Yeah,
yes.
there was a few good moments, like little personality moments, but yeah,
is there something going on between D and Austin?
Oh,
like a flirt dance.
Kind of like
I don't know. If I was on that island, there might be something going on between. I can see something going on between anybody in Austin. Have you seen Austin?
I have seen him, but I'm just saying that they seem they're hiding it well. But to me, I'm seeing little things. I'm being Bruce here. I go, those two are.
Yeah,
you're
bedfellows.
I mean, if there is, they're being very smart not to show it to other people.
I truly look forward to Bruce calling that potential showman's out.
You know they're hooking up, and I'm angry because it should have been me.
He's a very, to Bruce's credit, he might be annoying the ever living ass out of everybody, but he's perceptive. I'll give him that.
He is. He is, and like I said, I wouldn't mind Bruce winning.
And I think that's one of the problems between him and Katora is that Katora is also pretty perceptive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that she
knew
she
knew
senses
exactly what Bruce was doing.
Yeah. Like I think she senses the same kind of game, not gameplay, but the same sort of like talents in Bruce as
that's why I don't get along. They're so similar.
Yeah. Although she's not annoying though. She's
no.
Yeah,
she's definitely more low key.
Well, Caleb and Jake would say she's annoying.
I wonder though if going forward she doesn't. I have a feeling that a large portion of her annoyances with Bruce is that she felt like nobody else was on to him.
Yeah.
Like it's not no one else realizing how fake this guy is being and how obnoxious he's being. But now that word's out, like everybody's got Bruce in the front of their brain, like maybe that's going to give her the ability to relax a little bit and get rid of that tunnel vision and play her game better.
Yes. I mean, I don't know. I think she's still going to have a tunnel vision because, you're paranoid when you're on the island. Yeah. But it's going to be interesting to see because there's no chance this doesn't come down to a Bruce Katora showdown at the end or whatever the end is, if it's next week, the week after. So
I was really thinking I was going to get that today. Like I was, you guys, I was so excited because I know like we had talked about on our votes who was going to go home. We knew it was like a double. And I had Couture and Bruce. And then I saw that they got separate teams. And I was like, yes, it's going to happen.
I couldn't remember who I voted
bringing
for.
their names into like every conversation. Like, yes. I just felt like I was so close.
Yeah.
No.
I thought it was going to be Couture at first. But then when, they started saying Caleb, I go, yeah, Caleb doesn't have a shot.
Yeah.
It feels so, it just, again, I know I'm going to rant about this. It just feels weird that he's out of he wasn't even my favorite player, but this season's energy has been so largely like on Caleb, I think, that it's weird that he's gone ready from the game. Like he's the guy that's supposed to go out on 5 or 4.
I like how he composed him because I thought he was going to cry. I like how he composed himself.
Oh, Sifu?
No, Sifu was
sorry.
fine. Caleb
Sifu left. Sorry, Caleb. Apologies.
Yeah, he held his head down, and I was like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
no, don't do it, Caleb. I can't watch you cry."
Yeah, he seems shocked.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I think he genuinely expected to go to Rocks.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
Sad. Because I really like him.
He should have looked at the clock and realized there was only a few minutes left.
That's what Colleen's saying. I mean, guys, don't you know how this works?
Yeah. Okay. Any last thoughts before we move into the feedback and the tally of the votes?
I got nothing.
Nope.
All right. Well then, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll do the feedback and the tally of votes. Okay, here we go. All right, we are back, and we have an email from. You want to guess who it's from?
Andy.
You're so good. Did you already look?
Me?
No. Okay.
I don't know the password.
No.
Who are you?
I can't remember half the passwords I have now.
They're very fair. Mandy
Forgot
says
password.
No, it's password 1 exclamation point. Come on now. Gotta get a number and a character.
I told you that in confidence. Oh, God, you
sorry.
told the whole world.
But I didn't tell them which letter of password you capitalize.
Oh, that's true.
There you go.
Probably the P, but that's okay.
Yeah, you got a 1 in 8 chance to get it right. All right. Mandy says Jeff did them dirty by making the first tribe not making jury. Completely agree.
Yep.
Spoiler alert from On Fire, the official Survivor podcast. There's no more quitters this season. Well, there we go.
Okay.
There's that.
Hey, fun fact. The last and only episode of On Fire, the official Survivor podcast that I ever listened to was the one that Bruce was on talking about his head injury. When Jeff officially asked him to come back. I never listened to one after that. Maybe I will.
Because you were annoyed by Bruce. So
yes. No. I think I just ran out of time and life space. So it's like, you know what? I only have a certain amount of time.
Does it cost them more money to have one more person around on the jury? I mean, I don't
know.
Because
I'm pretty sure they start earning a paycheck the second they hit jury.
Okay.
Okay.
I figured it had to be a financial thing, but I'm just going, it just sucks. I mean,
still annoying.
I mean, I know I know everyone shouldn't get a participation trophy, but still, I mean.
But if you make, I agree. If you make the merge, you should make the jury.
Right.
Yep.
Mandy continues. I really wish Jack was as bad at football picks as he is at tally the votes.
I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll this season.
I have no idea who his pick was last week to go home, and only slightly bitter at falling really far back after a terrible week. So you did good on the.
I've been having a good season, but I got Caleb. Caleb's behind me, not the Caleb from the show, but
I know which Caleb you mean.
Yeah,
Survivor Caleb.
Smart ass Caleb.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move into the. Is it? Okay. Let's move into the tally of the votes. So who went home this week? It was
Sifu and Caleb.
Sifu and Caleb. So Sifu, we all had him making the merge, and he made the merge. He got a merge buff. So there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
So then let's see. As far as that goes, Jamie now has 7 points. Jack and I both have 5. All righty. And then who am I going? Back over here. Sorry. And then as far as Caleb goes, let's see, where's Caleb on my list? Where's Caleb on my list? Oh, here he is. I had him merge. Jack had him merge. Jamie had him pre-merge. So now I believe we are getting close to being tied up there. So let's see that. That means, sorry, Jack and I both have 6 points.
Woohoo!
Jamie has 7 still. And then as far as who went home. Okay, so right point We get a point per person, extra point, so 3 points if you get them in the right order. None of us got them in the right order. So
I picked the 2 people that won immunity. That should count. That should count for something.
It should. And you know something? You picked them in the
great.
order that they won. You picked Kelly first, and Kelly went down second, and then you picked Dee, and she was the ultimate winner.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's actually pretty incredible.
Yeah, well.
Jamie had
I never had a chance.
You never had a chance. Jamie had Katora and Bruce. I had Sifu and Katora. So I get a point there. So now Jamie and I are tied at 7. Jack has 6. That's where everybody's still in it. All right. Let's see. Who do we think is going home next week? If you're still in the chat, suggestions welcome, because I have no freaking idea.
No, I have no clue.
I'm gonna go with Kendra.
Really? Oh,
Bruce
Jamie has a clue.
Yeah, Bruce talked about Kendra, and then he rolled his eyes when she was talking at Tribal tonight. So
yeah,
all right, that's fair.
Because Kelly wants them to work together, and they don't like each other.
Yeah,
that's a good pick.
And Bruce has an idol, and if he sees Kendra and Kelly like chatting and stuff, he's not going to want that bond made. So,
yeah. So what I'm thinking as I'm waiting for the chat to help us out here, Jack, I think Bruce's name is going to be brought up, but Bruce has an idol. Yeah. So I think that Bruce is going to play his idol. So I don't think Bruce is going home because Bruce is perceptive. We've seen they've gone out of their way to show us he's perceptive. I think it would be crazy scandalous if he just went home with the idol. I don't think there's no chance he doesn't play that.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm totally wrong.
How scared he looked like when his name was mentioned tonight after he decided not to play it. So
yeah.
I'm
going to go with Dee because I think she's a threat.
Yeah.
See, I think I think Dee is going around for a while because I think Dee has her alliance on lock, and I think that they're scared. So my thoughts is I don't think I'm going to pick Dee unless we see warning signs until we get down to like 6 or 5.
Yeah, I'm just taking a guess. I have no idea.
So my gut says they're going to eventually move over to Drew or Austin, or let's see who's still left. We've got it could be okay. We got Kendra, Kelly, Katora, Jake, Julie, Drew, Bruce, Emily, Dee, and Austin. I can see Drew or Austin being targeted.
If Drew brings his bag, he can just walk away.
That's very true. Oh, that's a good point.
Yes. Kelly might be in a little bit of danger too. She just did win an immunity, and I don't think that she's got any special powers, so.
That's a good point.
And also she's my winner's pick, so
Kelly
that's clearly working against her.
Kelly was there when Austin and J Maya got their advantage. So she does have that.
She's part of Sandwich Gate.
She's part of Sandwich Gate, which Austin is like super coming for them. Oh, well, this is really tough. Like, I truly have no idea. Like, I have no read. I have no idea. I think that the Dee, Julie, Kendra contingency, I think they're going to be okay.
And it's auction, so there's going to be an advantage.
Ooh, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah, this is a really complicated guess. I think
this is all.
Maybe there'll be a sandwich for Austin to bid on.
Yeah, it's
maybe
like
maybe Emily will win it and then give it to Austin. Get off my back.
Is it the same sandwich though? They had it was up there a week ago. The bread's kind of moldy.
Interesting fact from that podcast that we were just mentioning. Jeff said that anything that they show, like the sandwich or the fish or whatever the challenge win prize is, they have their display, but if they win it, production makes them a brand new one right there.
Oh, that's cool.
So they waste food.
They do.
Clearly.
So it's not cool, but cool at the same time. Of course they do. All right. I think it's gonna be Austin or Drew next week. Because I could see Kelly making her move to target Austin. And I could also see Drew just being annoying because I find him somewhat annoying. I'm sorry, Drew. So I'm not sure. Because I just, if you've noticed while you were talking, I just scrolled up and down a bunch of times. I could see maybe Jake, but I don't know. I get some kind of longevity vibes from Jake.
Yeah,
they got to keep someone who's interesting on the show,
right? Somebody,
Caleb,
yeah.
So.
All right, I'm gonna go with Drew just because I have a crush on Austin. So I want him to stay.
Break that bromance up right now.
Yeah. So there we go. All right. Jamie has Kendra, Jack has D, I have Drew. And then as far as points go, Drew, Jamie and I had him merge, Jack had him pre-merge. Kendra, you guys both had her pre-merge. I had her merge.
Ooh.
And who was the last one?
D.
Thank you. We both had her pre-merge, Jack, and Jamie had her merge.
Wow.
This is a real toss-up.
It's a real toss-up. And of course it could be none of the above.
Yeah, we could be way off.
Yes.
We could be like super way off.
You bet.
So, Jack, you get to make a new winner's pick.
Oh,
for 10 points.
Caleb was
your winner's pick. You get to make a new winner's pick. So for 10 points, because I'm not Jay, I'm not going to bring you down to whatever crappy thing he did.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. I'll go with Jake, just because.
Ooh, I love that.
Bummer on Caleb. I forgot he was my winner's pick.
I know. I thought he was going far. I thought that we were going to see. I thought he was going to be our fallen angel at 4. Honestly, I thought he was going to 4.
It's just weird. It's weird.
But so sad. I think that means that production's got to bring him back. When are we going to get a season of people who were all, this doesn't count for Caleb, but like all pre-merge votes? Like I would love to see those people get a second chance. Like the really good, interesting
I've always said they should bring back people that were voted off first.
Yeah, that would be a great season. Truly.
There's so many interesting people that have gone out first.
Yes, I 100% agree.
What's her name that's been, was it Felicity? What's her name? She's been voted off twice first.
Franny.
Is it Franny?
Franny. It's Franny. Francesca.
Okay. Francesca. That's it. Then she'd be voted off first again.
Oh my God.
But I would. That would be a good season. People say, "Oh, they're bad players." I never really got a chance to play their game.
They never got a chance to play. Nope. Like sometimes you quit because you want that you want to smoke a cigarette. And sometimes you're a good player that just got dealt a bad hand.
Exactly.
Also, I have voted for Drew a whole bunch of times, so I guess I really have a vendetta against Drew.
Okay.
There.
These are tagged.
All right. On that note, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next week on Wednesday or Thursday. We'll see. Pay attention to the socials for when we're back. It was a pleasure talking to you guys again. Even though I feel like this episode was kind of like boring, I think we had some good discussion about it. I think we've gotten to a good place.
I'm not yawning because the episode was boring.
No, we're yawning because it's almost 11 o'clock at night and we are old.
The wee hours of the night.
Yes.
Well,
not for you, Jamie. It's still like early wee hours for you.
Still daylight where you're at, probably.
No, not quite.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. We appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you to the patrons. If you'd like to become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/JandJack. It helps all of the other shows on the network, including the broadcast with me and Amanda and Shenny and Jack, who is on The Amazing Race, and the Rebelcast After Dark. And what else? We've got a bunch of things. I read them yesterday. Anyway.
Really? I think that's it, isn't it?
I think that might be it now because Ahsoka ended.
I wasn't on that.
You were not.
No.
Which is yeah.
I'm not one of the people that do that show.
There ain't no
No,
shame.
because you're too busy on TikTok to do any of that nonsense.
Exactly.
Yeah, like you have this whole life on TikTok. I still haven't downloaded it to my phone. Did you hear that? Okay, so at one point I had to create an account to watch some video that somebody sent me. So I created an account, and then a year went by, and I went to go log. Oh, I think it was Michael David who sent me that, and then I think Mike or it might have been Kolke sent me another video, and I had to log in again. Except I forgot it, so I did that thing that like the boomers do on Instagram. Like my dad has several different Instagram accounts because he can't remember his password, so he just creates a new one.
That's why you go forgot password. That's just
you would think. So anyway, I realized when I created like my second or third TikTok, because I couldn't remember what the username was, that I have turned into my father. So I don't even know what the current TikTok is. My name.
I'm a little upset with TikTok right now, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. So should I hold off?
Well, no,
they're not paying, right? Like they stopped paying.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I mean, but I had a video that was like 150,000 growing every day, and they pulled it, and then they gave me a strike. even though there's hundreds of those videos of the same thing on there, where this guy's actually cussing and swearing. It's because I had the megas and Biden supporters going back and forth, even though I had nothing political. I was just like, I was like, and so I got dinged for that because people were going after each other.
The riffraff.
They were just trolling, but it was like,
I wonder if it was bots that were doing that, and they sent that out to destroy, like, to not have to pay so many people.
I don't know. It just, I wouldn't got paid anyway. You have to have like 10,000 subscribers or something.
Well, it's stupid, and I'm sorry, and I will not forget you.
But I'm gonna send him a letter. So
he's gonna send them a letter, everyone.
You just got a letter.
You just got a letter. Okay,
it's gonna be an email, but
to whom it may concern, dear Mr. Manager of TikTok.
Well, it's too late now because I've lost all the momentum. But I was like I was getting like 5,000 a day on that. I was like, yeah. I mean, I had one that almost did 3 million, but it's like
3 million?
3 million, 2.9 million.
Getting those dopamine hits left and right.
And then I have ones that have had like 300. You just have to get the right topic. And you have to get people to comment on it, but you can't have people commenting. It was
he's living a whole other world on TikTok.
I have 2 channels on TikTok, so
yeah.
I'm from Erie, PA.
Oh God, I don't even know. I had to come to Jesus mode with my uncle who kept sending TikTok, and I was like, "Hey, I don't have it. I can't watch all these.
I just can't do this, uncle."
And he was like, "I'm 66 years old. How do you not have this?" And I was like, I'm sorry. I just don't.
Cindy will spend like 3 to 4 hours on TikTok doing this.
I know. She told me.
And then I hear my voice on there. And she goes, I go, my videos are no long, 30 seconds to a minute tops. I go, you're hurting me when you do that. That scrolling past.
She doesn't want you in her algorithm.
Yeah. She goes, well, I like that. I go, that doesn't help. You have to watch it. Anyway.
Yeah, tell her to take a potty break when you come on. Just put it down, put the phone down.
Yeah, I go, it's 30 seconds of your life. You can't just go, oh, that's my husband. Like scroll.
Okay, well.
Anyway.
On that note, everyone, find Jack's TikTok.
Do we thank our patrons?
I think we did. Thanks to the ones that contribute at a certain level.
Okay.
That's it. Eckhart Rickner, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Plan, and the other creepy poopy Ed Millman. Thanks, guys, so much.
Who celebrates his 38th and 39th anniversary?
Year at the post office.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Congrats on not going postal. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hard work.
That is a lot of hard work. I had this idea, and I keep meaning to text her about it, and now maybe this is my version of texting, to do a bonus show with Shandy. So, Shandy, if you want to do a patron Survivor bonus show with me, let me know.
What if she's not listening?
She's listening. I know she's listening.
All right.
We'll just sit here and wait for her response.
Exactly. Okay. We got to get out of here. I got things to do.
I got to sleep.
He's got to sleep. All right. Well, on that note, And Jamie's, are you in your pajamas? Because it looks like you're in your pajamas.
No, I just live in a hoodie like 24/7 if possible. So just
Cool.
rocking my hoodie. It's finally hoodie weather. I'm celebrating it.
Super jealous. Okay.
We don't have hood. We don't. It's Friday. Will be our hoodie weather.
Oh, really?
It was 80. It was
Again?
85. It was 85 degrees today.
I know. I said I worked on my deck in shorts and a t-shirt, and it was beautiful. And the sun shone on me. I was just like, oh,
the sun shone on me.
The sun shone on me.
The sun shone on me. Usually, when the sun's out, it avoids me. It goes everywhere.
But not today. Dang it! Not today.
It's shone on me.
Usually, it doesn't. I think it was the time change, in which I sat outside, and it was later than usual because the sun was starting to set. But it was lovely. It was lovely. I had to put on sunglasses to work on my computer, which was weird because I don't have reading glasses, sunglasses. So like I had to do whatever, hashtag getting old problems. Okay. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope to talk to you next week. Thanks for listening. On that note, my name is Colleen.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm just waiting for the sun to shine on me.
Let the sun shine and take you away.